People of the world, welcome back to XCOM Asia, as we face off against extraterrestrial grave robbers for Operation Vengeful Flame. Yes, the laziest aliens imaginable have decided that this abduction thing would be a lot easier if they just captured dead people. So they've landed in an Indian burial ground to nick a bunch of corpses and be home in time for supper. And they would have got away with it too if it weren't for those meddling XCOM kids and their dog. But rest assured, if there's one thing I hate more than aliens, it's lazy aliens. So the squad's here to put ET 6 feet under. But before we can, we've got to figure out a plan. And the problem with this graveyard is it's absolutely rubbish. They couldn't afford a full front wall, so they've just got little bits of it. And what that means for us is we've got bad cover and awful concealment. Now it's tempting to just run straight up to these bits of wall, rubbish as they are, but that is the other problem with this graveyard. It's very small. In fact, with how close the tombstones are together, I'm actually starting to think that this might be a pet cemetery. What that means for us, though, is that all the aliens are probably very close. So we want to be very careful before we make any big moves. Medalock pokes around the car, and it looks like the coast is clear. But it also looks like our approach here is very open. So it's time for the gang to split up. Shaggy and Curtis and Beatrice head off down the street in the hopes that they can find a better approach on the right. Meanwhile, Meta and Otter stay at the SUV to continue their stakeout.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Oh, you think there might be aliens here, Meta? That's an astute observation, tell me more. But damn it if he isn't right, because it's barely a turn before we learn that there's more than dead parrots at the Bangalore Pet Cemetary. No, your aim was great, Otter. You did a great job of trimming that hedge. That's talent. So the sectoids are very unhappy to have their archaeology disturbed. And now, it's go time.
Oh, it's go time.
Oh, god damn it. Now I'm trying to understand what just happened. And the only explanation I can come up with is Medalock had actually fallen asleep until I moved him. Which I guess means that those three sectoids spent the last few turns just watching him. Oh, what? He woke up! Cheese it! Honestly, I would have liked to know that there were three sectoids within stalking distance of me, but at least Meta's well rested. With contact made, it's time for the flanking team to speed it up. Beatrice dives for the nearest cover, and with nothing else to hide behind, Curtis dashes for the corner in the hope he'll be well out of range.
What was that sound?
Wakey wakey, Medalock! Oh, that's not very good. Yes, when it comes to stealing dead pets, sectoids are very aggressive, and three of them are charging straight towards us. Otter could rocket two of them, but considering we're up against six, I think I'd better save it. So she comes over to see if she can help Meta. The answer to that is probably not. So rather than take a 50% chance, we play it safe. Meanwhile, at the flanking team, my desire for caution is overridden by my desire to flank six sectoids. So Curtis and the rookie assume the best and charge up the back alley. The curse of the near-sighted SUV continues, and all Otter can see is our close contact. But if Meta can spot a good target, Otter can still hit a rocket. So it's time to kick this sucker off.
Time to kick this sucker off.
Stop doing that! So you can't swing a dead cat in here without hitting more enemies, but at least Meta's spotted the juicy target. And oh no. No you didn't! Ladies and gentlemen, this is proof that there is an XCOM hell. And XCOM Satan is laughing at me. With 3 mind melders and a spare, Otter is literally one tile away from killing 7 sectoids with 1 rocket. But 1 tile or a million, the result is the same. She can't hit him. So it's with a heavy heart that we must stay the course and pray those sectoids come a little closer. And boy, this one sure does. Hey, did you order the bullet pizza? Free delivery! Yeah, don't worry about the tip. Meanwhile, at Meta, oh my god, wake up Meta! Your cover's gone, you gotta run Meta! It's a painful wake-up call, but with a sizzling hole in his shoulder, at least he's wide awake now. Meanwhile, in a flank so distant it's almost a different episode, it's finally time for Beatrice and Curtis to bring the pain.
Enemy spotted.
What? No, don't bring that! Take that away! So, dear viewer, let me recap. In Ironman Impossible, you want to use stealth and cunning to fight as few enemies at a time as possible. What you don't want to do is trigger every enemy on the map and then go 11 on 4. But, at least with every enemy in sight, there'll be no more nasty surprises. Oh, god damn it. Maybe the odds had me distracted, or maybe Kurt was just making a pistol montage. But, in the words of the great Bob Ross, we don't make mistakes, we just have happy little accidents. And the rookie knows it's time for danger close. Don't worry, I was the 5th best grenadier in my class! We've done all we can do, and all that's left this turn is to hunker down and wonder how things could possibly get worse. Okay, that could happen. Okay, that too. I mean, the wall's still there this time. I guess that's a bonus. Well, much like this graveyard, things are looking rubbish. But 2 mind melders have galloped into range, and it's time for Otter to reveal her secret move. I hear she calls it the Otter Death Sphere. I don't think it's as catchy, but with 4 kills, I'm not complaining. Meanwhile, Curtis, covered in rookie blood and burning sectoid, finally gets the flank he's been waiting for. And after his teammates kill 6 sectoids in 1 turn, it's finally time for Medalock. What? Wasn't there a wall here? Oh, never mind. Speaking of places where there used to be a wall, the sectoids are determined to bring Curtis down. But even with no cover, Kurt really isn't interested. With their side of the cemetery a smoking, pet-centered crater, Otter and Meta push up to help Curtis. But the human flanking machine has no time to be helped. He's like a shark. If he stops flanking, he stops breathing. And while he hasn't got a shot yet, you better believe he's watching you.
Eyes on the prize.
This terrifies the sectoids. Oh my god, he's pointing his gun at us, what do we do? And Medalock takes advantage of their shock with a shot. The flanked one is easier to hit, but with a 55% shot on the Mind Melder and 4 enemies to kill, this is a risk worth taking. You had 1 shot, Medalock. 1 shot! Usually, when Oakley missed, it was time for Soylent to clean up her mess. But, though she's learning, Otter is no Soylent yet. And with every one of those sectoids probably on Overwatch, Curtis takes a brief break from flanking. Which, if you remember, means he's taken a brief break from breathing. So hopefully he's got big lungs. Medalock goes down for the big sleep, and Otter freaks out by running into worse cover. Which is probably her version of, "Come on, do it now, kill me! Ooh-ah!" And that's exactly what they do.
Incoming fire.
Or at least that's what they try to do. Jesus! As Beatrice bleeds out, there's only 2 humans left in Bangalore Pet Cemetary, and Curtis intends to get some payback. Yeah, you like statues? Eat this, sucker! Well, I'll tell you what, they did like that statue. And with Otter still freaking behind low cover, it looks like her luck's finally run out.
Whoa. Whoa.
Against logic, nature, and God Almighty, somehow, Otter survives another turn. And with his flanking gland replenished, Kurt continues the job he was made for. You like graveyards? Get used to it, sucker!
X-ray down.
It's less heat on Otter, but with no ammo and no good cover, the only thing she can do is run for the SUV. And like a propane tank to the mouth, they finally take down the Great White Flanker. Otter's wounded, surrounded, and all alone. But if you want to know the time, just ask her.
It's killing time.
And sure enough, with the 3-on-1 odds, the sectoids get cocky. Hey guys, check out this sweet no-scope. Oh god!
See ya in hell.
It's the 2-for-1 reversal we need. And with 1 enemy left, it's time to spray on some aloe and go mano a mano.
Quiet. Did you hear something?
I think Otter's snapped, she's talking to herself.
What's making that noise?
Oh great, now she's hearing noises in her head. But as they play cat and mouse, the Predator finally makes his move. Smelling panic and victory, the sectoid goes in for the kill. But nobody is as slippery as Otter. And with that 1 more lucky miss, it's time for some natural selection.
No longer.
Mission accomplished.
Now that's what I'd call a close encounter. And as Otter staggers back to the Sky Ranger covered in blood and mud and smoking fur, the people of Bangalore can rest knowing their pet souls are at peace, even if their bodies are in pieces. For her well-earned promotion, Corporal Otter's choice is between Bullet Swarm and Holo Targeting. Holo Targeting gives an aim bonus to allies against anything the Heavy shoots, but as Otter knows, that's not very useful when all your allies are dead. But even when they're alive, I prefer Bullet Swarm for its extra firepower and flexibility.
I'm still having a hard time grasping what it is the aliens are hoping to accomplish here.
Weren't you paying attention, lady? They want our pets! After our 2 days of terror in a row, it's a long week of watching Earth spin. Weapon Fragments finishes researching, which means now we can build scopes, which helps troops aim better at the cost of taking up an inventory slot. Without a captured UFO, we can't actually start laser weapons yet, so for the time being, we'll go for alien materials and its bulletproof vests. But, speak of the devil, in a dogfight, we've got the advantage. The aliens have better technology, but unless they have Netflix in space, they haven't seen Top Gun. Jesus Christ, Maverick, there's a MiG right in front of you.
Central, this is Voodoo 37. We have a confirmed kill on Bogey 001. I repeat, the UFO is down.
All right, people. Retask Recon Satellite Bravo and get me a visual on that crash site. Magnify.
Enhance! Enhance!
Still in one piece. Commander, I recommend we get a strike team to the crash site immediately.
Oh, is that your recommendation? Well, I was just going to leave it in the woods, but okay. So, with some new clothes and some new rookies, it's time to go to the jungle, forest, woods, whatever.
We have visual on the mission site. Setting down.
Even though he's gone, Metalock will always be in our thoughts, and I can only assume that this mission was named in his honor. Join us next time as we visit Japan for Operation Frozen Sleep. Until then, sweet dreams.